Hello everybody, this is Chad Williams, and today I'm going to walk you through PSYC 300B Lab 7, where we're going to run a factorial ANOVA. Everything we're doing today should be familiar to you from past labs. First things first, let's set our working directory, and there we go. And then we're going to load our data. Our data is new though, so we do have a new data set, so social media new. And we can look at what's different here, which is improved life has been added. And you can see in the assignment that this says basically whether the individual thinks that social media has improved or worsened society. Next thing is we need to load our packages. We have a new package today called LSR, and we're going to use that to get our eta squared functions later from the factorial ANOVA. And do also notice that we have a new duns.r here. So make sure you have both the new social media CSV file and the new duns.r file. Now with social media prefer and improve life, we see that these are characters, but they need to be factors. So we're going to do that first here. We're going to change them to factors. And there you go. You see now it's a 4x2 factors there. So now we need to run our Levene's test, which is almost exactly what you've seen before if we removed this right here. So now we see our independent variable versus our dependent variable there. And we do see the center mean and all that still there. All we've included now is times improved life. So what this is saying is we're looking for a main effect of social media prefer, a main effect of improved life, and then the interaction between the two as represented by this multiplication of the two. So if we run all of that, what we get is a non-significant Levene's test, which means we've met our assumption of homogeneity of variance. Again, though, I am doing this on time of day self. You need to be doing it on hours self, and if you aren't, because these aren't your results, these are my results. So if you aren't, you might be getting the wrong results. Might be in line with this video, but it won't be in line with your assignment. Next, ANOVA test is almost the exact same again, except we added this new part of the formula, and this entire thing is called a formula. So if we run all that, what we see is we have a main effect of social media prefer, no main effect of improved life, but an interaction of the two. Next, we're going to use the LSR package to get eta squared, and you see eta squared there, and then partial eta squared there, and that's for each of our effects. Then we have our Duns test. Now there's a little bit of a difference with this Duns test. We're going to actually start down here. This which here indicates what effect you're looking at. So right now we're going to be looking at the social media prefer variable. We could change that to improve life or the interaction of the two. This comparison is a little bit different than before as well, where before it was something like this. So we had 1, 0, 0, -1. So we're comparing the first group with the last group and ignoring the two middle groups. But now what we have is 0.5 and 0.5, and they're both positive, which means they're going to be grouped together. And then -0.5 and -0.5 are going to be grouped together as well. So if we look at our levels of our data frame and the social media prefer, we have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So what this is doing is it's putting both Facebook and Instagram together, and then TikTok and Twitter together, and then contrasting the two new groups together. Now this analysis is not the one that we're asking you to do in the assignment, so make sure you're adapting this to be relevant to the assignment itself. So this comparison I'm going to do here, and then we get our Duns test comparing the two groups together. And again, the groups are Facebook and Instagram as one group, and then TikTok and Twitter as a second group. And there is our results. Lastly, we need to do a Tukey test. Now we have all three of them laid out, but be aware that you may or may not need to run all three of these. So make sure you know which ones to run and how to run them. But basically, I'm just going to show this first one for social media prefer as an example. And I did have it as significant here, as you can see. So I will run it. So let's see what we get out of it. And now we see all of our results there, where we have all of the post hoc comparisons. Again, I'm going to leave up to you to figure out whether you need to be using these other two